Another day in the world today. In some parts of the world, there's still war or threats of war. But everywhere, there is hope for peace and for an improvement in the human condition. Plus, a look at the lighter side of the world around us. Each week, millions of families depend on TV Guide to keep up to the minute on everything that's going on in the world of television. Chances are that you do, too. Well, now, here's a convenient way not only to keep up with all of TV Guide's exciting features, but to save money in the bargain. If you act now, you can have 38 weekly issues of TV Guide delivered to your home in advance every week for the special low price of only $3.97. That's less than 11 cents a copy. You save 30% off the single copy price. Enjoy all of TV Guide's information-packed features, the complete weekly program guide and a complete weekly TV movie guide with full details about the stars. Act now in this special introductory offer to new subscribers and have 38 weekly issues of TV Guide delivered to your home in advance every week for only $3.97 and save 30% off the single copy price. Send no money. TV Guide will bill you later. Just send your name and address to TV Guide, Box 505, Radio City Station, New York, 10019. Now, news in the world today. The war's heaviest bombing of North Vietnam by U.S. warplanes moved into its third day today, with Hanoi claiming that hundreds of civilians have been killed in the North Vietnamese capital of Hanoi and in the port city of Haiphong. Loud outcries are coming from Capitol Hill, where Congressman Lester Wolf of New York is asking for an extraordinary session of Congress to probe the new bombings. Republican Congressman Donald Regal of Michigan is incensed over the air action.
The U.S. wages war in Vietnam illegally. There is no declaration of war, no Gulf of Tonkin resolution, or no expressed or implied executive power to wage war at the whim of the president. There is no justification for what we do. When a president refuses to obey the law, how long can one reasonably expect our people to revere and obey the law?
Regal has called for congressional action.
Clearly, the new Congress must act to end the war, to curb the illegal acts of the executive, and to legislate an end to the war.
Senate Republican leader Hugh Scott held a news conference announcing guardedly that the administration's latest war action is based on, as he put it, the best possible research and is designed by President Nixon to bring the other side to our terms in a peace settlement. Scott added this about the peace talks.
I'm confident that peace is still attainable if all parties negotiate in good faith. I sincerely hope that the hearings, the talks will be resumed at an early occasion.
In Paris, Mutual's Paul Hennesart filed this report on the status of negotiations.
The question of whether formal peace talks will be held at the Hotel Majestic tomorrow is still up in the air here. The American delegation says, as far as it knows, the weekly meeting will take place. Swan Thuy, Hanoi's chief delegate, deliberately left the question unanswered during a long news conference yesterday, promising to inform journalists sometime later today. French observers, meanwhile, see Soviet reaction to resumption of U.S. bombing raids as extremely moderate, designed to avoid jeopardizing improvement of Soviet-American relations.
You're listening to The World Today.
Be prepared. Are you ready to get on? Be prepared. Are you ready to take the lead? 'Cause if you ain't, who'll take care of the futures of our sons? Well, let me ask you now, who's gonna tell them about the Busherman? Who's gonna show them how to clean the land? Who's gonna tell them why they shouldn't drop out? Who's gonna show them what it's all about? You know you can if you want to. You can if you want to right now. Well, let me lay it on you.
Well, let me tell them, you know, if you're 18 or older, you can help a lot of guys be prepared by being a leader in scouting. I mean it, fella, scouting today's a lot more than you think.
Be prepared.
Are you ready to get on?
Be prepared.
Are you ready to take the lead?
'Cause if you ain't, who'll help teach our sons to be prepared?
More news in the world today. There's anti-American feeling in an Arab capital. Mutual's Ian Meadows reports from Beirut.
Rocket fire severely damaged the front of the American embassy in Beirut. Apparently, 2 projectiles were fired. It's believed from a stationary car, which later burst into flames. The perpetrators escaped in the ensuing confusion. An embassy spokesman confirmed there were no casualties, mainly due to the fact that the embassy had closed for the day, leaving only Marine Guards on duty.
President Nixon's doctors told him he's in fine shape, but that he should get more exercise. He had his annual physical checkup at Bethesda Naval Hospital this morning. The president has flown to Key Biscayne, Florida for the Christmas weekend and should be back in Washington next Tuesday or Wednesday. Meanwhile, in Kansas City, former President Harry Truman is battling for his life against deadly uremic poisoning. 2 federal security guards were wounded in a shootout at Kennedy Airport this morning when they approached a man carrying a suspicious package. Mutual spoke with Pan American Airlines spokesman Paul Friend about the incident.
He was carrying an attaché case, a guitar case, and a pair of boots. There was no suitcase per se. They were investigated by New York City bomb squad people who found nothing suspicious.
Dr. Eugene. A doctor has challenged an old myth about our sleeping habits. Mutual's Ted Reuter with the story.
Dr. Eugene Aserinsky of Jefferson Medical College in Philadelphia says new studies have thrown out the old theory that a person needs an average 8 hours sleep each day. 10 hours, he says, is better, according to the findings, for physical health and mental relaxation. In fact, adults could probably do with as much sleep as infants, who get up to 16 hours of sleep each day. Dr. Aserinsky's research into sleep goes back 2 decades. He is now on the hunt for a certain body chemical that provokes wakefulness. When it's found and isolated, he says, the chemical may be used to cure everyone from insomniacs to daydreamers.
You're listening to The World Today. Have you ever needed help because of a flat tire, dead battery, or some other car trouble? Well, if you belong to the Amoco Motor Club, your low membership fee of only $15 should cover the total cost of all emergency service calls in a year. Just call any authorized American oil station, and your membership card will take care of the service charge. Or if you can't reach an authorized station, call any nearby station or garage. But that's not all. You also get a bail bond certificate, legal defense for traffic violations, personal injury insurance, complete trip planning service. Yes, you get all these benefits and many more for only $15 a year. Now, that's about half the cost of most other motor clubs, because with Amoco, you get 2 membership cards, one for you, one for your wife. To get your membership cards now, send no money. Just write Amoco, Box 505, Radio City Station, New York, 10019. That's Amoco, Box 505, Radio City Station, New York, New York, 10019.
This is a NASA space note from the National Aeronautics and Space Administration. Jet noise. What's being done about it? Work at NASA's Lewis Research Center in Cleveland represents one of the many nationwide efforts currently underway to curb the noise problem. Studies at Lewis are concentrating on building a completely new type of engine, which is to have quietness a function of the initial design. While other government and industry research is focusing on existing engines and ways to reduce noise by acoustically modifying them, the new so-called quiet engine program is more long-range in scope. Building a new engine from scratch will take longer, but hopefully will provide a practical means of keeping a curb on noise when tomorrow's faster and more powerful aircraft enter the transportation scene. This has been a NASA Space Note.
Now, a look at the lighter side after this message for Wrigley's.
Wrigley's Spearmint Gum, gum, gum. Wrigley's Spearmint Gum. Carry the big fresh flavor wherever you go, whatever you do. It's the finest pack of flavor wherever you go, whatever you do.
Flavor this big shouldn't be left behind. So wherever you go, carry a pack of Wrigley's Spearmint Gum.
Wrigley's Spearmint. It's the finest spearmint flavor. The great Wrigley taste, delicious to chew. Wrigley's Spearmint Gum. Carry it with you. Wrigley's Spearmint Gum.
How often we poke fun and sometimes anger at American bureaucracy in all its forms. Bureaucrats have been called many names, some unprintable, but others like red tape, planned inertia, stupid, dunderheads, bunglers, featherbedders, all fail to properly describe the frustration the average citizen feels when he tries to fight City Hall. But Americans sure don't have a corner on bureaucratic whimsy. Britain, as you know, is about to join the European Common Market. Already is having a big argument with France over its plans to sell Scotch whiskey in the common market. France says whiskey is alcohol. Britain wants to call it processed agricultural goods. How about that? Processed agricultural goods. Can't you imagine going to a party over the holidays with a host asking, "What'll you have to drink?" And you're answering, "Oh, I think I'll have some Scotch agricultural processed goods with soda." Or some bourbon agricultural processed goods with branch water. Or I'll have some vodka agricultural processed goods with lime. And suppose someone gets hauled before a judge charged with drunk driving, and he protests the test for alcohol in his bloodstream, saying that's not alcohol, it's agricultural processed goods. And the judge saying, okay, 90 days in the pokey for driving after having consumed too much agricultural processed goods. More on the lighter side look at bureaucracy after this.
Carry the big fresh flavor wherever you go, whatever you do. It's the finest pack of flavor wherever you go, whatever you do. Carry it with you. The big fresh flavor. Carry it with you. The big fresh flavor.
Balzac once said, there's only one giant machine operated by pygmies, and that is bureaucracy. Someone else said a bureaucrat is a government official who sees his duty and gets somebody else to do it. A bureaucrat's idea of cleaning up his cluttered files is to make a copy of every paper before he destroys it. There are a dozen taxpayers born every hour and one government worker to live off them. Bureaucracy is a system of government where a citizen elects big bureaucrats who dictate to little bureaucrats who dictate to him. We all work for the government, but the bureaucrat is smarter than the rest of us. He gets paid for it. Makes you wonder when you read that a man who's 50 years old has worked 6,000 days, slept 5,500 days, walked 800 days, amused himself 4,000 days, spent 1,500 days eating and drinking, and has been sick 450 days. Oh, well, it's not all bad, especially when you're told by crocodile experts, in case you're ever bitten by a crocodile, the teeth of the crocodile are not made for chewing. They serve mostly as clamps. There you are, dear devotees of the lighter side. This has been The World Today, a presentation of Mutual News, heard round the world on 550 affiliate stations and the American Services Network. Technical advisor Nick D'Alessandro, Kurt Mackey, editor. I'm Del Sharbutt.